job again, and it's cold. Yeah, we're about 30 degrees. It's coming out of that storm we had over the weekend. Apparently Donner's got pounded and it all came through here, and I've been really worried about what it's going to do for my next trip. Yes, we're heading back to South Dakota, another load of poles going to the same place that I've been. However, it looks like the storm is coming from the northwest and heading southeast. So right now, Wyoming looks like it's going to clear out and it won't be a problem. We'll see if my weather app is actually being accurate or if it's giving me false hope. Right now we got to run up to North Salt Lake and get the load of blocks unloaded, and then we'll switch trailers and get a stretch trailer. At least that's the plan, so we'll get on our way. Well, we got up here to North Salt Lake. They're pulling everything off. Traffic was kind of ugly around Provo. There was a storm going through there, and things were kind of backed up, but we made it through. It took a little longer, probably a half hour. Now we're up here getting unloaded, and then we'll go over and trade trailers with John, and then get going. Well, we got loaded. 70-foot poles. Going back up the same place up in Stephen, South Dakota. Last week they had a couple other loads going different places. Okay, there it is. Only 8 poles this time. And, you know, we're still 90 feet long. Those are 70-foot long poles. And the cab, that puts it at just under 90. but that's 2 less than normal, so it's going to be a lot lighter. According to Google Maps, it's saying there's no slowdowns going across Wyoming. So I'm hoping this is going to be clearing out, and then tomorrow should be fine. So I've got about 8 hours left of driving today I can do. So Gillette is about 8 hours from Provo, but I may not go all the way to Gillette. We may just go to Midwest again. That seems to work pretty good. Okay, well, we just got our permit in Wyoming. So looks like to Rollins, I just got slick spots, a little bit of blowing snow. So I worry about everybody else. Go as fast as it goes. Shouldn't be too bad. Looks like I ought to get to Rollins probably about 7 to 7:30. So I can fuel there probably. Let's see how far we can make it. Made it up here to Midwest again. I had a half hour of my day clock left, and I had enough time to get to Gillette of drive time, but I wouldn't have made it in a half hour. So we just stopped here again, and it's a good spot to stop. So, and I know I can get up there in time to get unloaded tomorrow, so it all works out. So we're going to go to bed, and we'll get up in the morning and hit it again. It was clean for a few days, and those poles are covered. We went through some pretty ugly weather yesterday. spot. Those poles are hard to see, but anyway. But in talking with them, I got the story of why it was at a different spot. Apparently, the spot that they were, that I unloaded the other two loads at, it's on reservation land, and apparently there's some sort of dispute going on. Now the poles are going to be going up on the reservation, but they weren't allowing them to stockpile them there, so we had to go 18 miles away. What they said is they're doing 18 miles of these phone poles. They say it's going to take them about a month and a half to get them planted, and then another month and a half to string the wires across. So they ought to get going on it about when the weather starts getting better. But they've got to get things squared away with the reservation, because this is like 18 miles away. And right where they were stockpiling them is the beginning of the 18 miles that they're going to do. They're trying to save on distance. Okay, there's a whole bunch of those poles up right there. The last two times I've been up here, he couldn't find anything for me to go back with, so I just went back empty. He found me a load back. It's a 2 pickup load. And at first he thought that I'd be able to get one of the pickups on today, and then I could get the other one on in the morning. Well, turns out they don't stay open late like they told him at first. I got to go to Watertown, South Dakota, and we'll stay there overnight, and that's where we'll get the first pickup put on, and then we got to go down to Madison, which I guess is like an hour to the south, but that's the way I gotta go to get home anyway, so that'll work out pretty good. So we'll get the second pick on there. They say it's pieces of signs, I guess like businesses, they have their lit up signs and stuff. Apparently that's what it's a load of. Shouldn't be that heavy, but I'm a little worried about what it'll be to tie down. I don't want to break anything, but I guess we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. We made it over here to Watertown, which is about an hour north of Madison, South Dakota, which is about another hour, maybe a little more than an hour north of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So that's about where we are, and we're going to load here in the morning. We were supposed to get the majority of the load in Madison. They were done loading by 3 o'clock, and I wasn't going to get there by then. So they sent me up to Watertown to get the first pickup, and then we'll go down there and get the second pickup. It's the same company, they just have 2 locations. So I just pulled into their yard. It's fenced, but it's not gated, so there's a spot over here in the back that I can park, and so I'm here. We'll check in the morning, and then we'll get loaded.